Carson, let's look at you from the stretch. And looking through this briefly, you'll kind of see some of the things I've talked about when we've been together. A couple things we really want to focus with you on is lower half. Upper half was actually very good. Setup, not a problem. Only thing that I would kind of tell you here is let's just kind of make sure we don't have our glove open to second base, because the teams we play, us included, will try to steal the signs, try to look in your glove to see pitches. So let's just think about having your fingers pointed straight up rather than going back. That's an easy fix. You can see on the right side where Johnson's got his fingers going back, but you can see where he's got the end of his glove tilted back toward his forearm, so his forearm is down in the glove where they can't actually see his hand. That may be another way that you want to do that. Moving into the next position 2, loaded. You got knee over belly line. I'd like to keep our hands down, no higher than the center of our chest, and kind of working along this center line. So from the top of this line to our belly button is where I'd like to have our hands instead of having them come up. And you can kind of see where Johnson here has them right at the top of that chest line, and that helps us consistently break our hands at the same place. Moving forward, pretty good situation here. Two of the things I like in this frame, let's go ahead and get Randy moved up to about where you're at. Okay. Two of the things that I like here is I'm seeing this knee inside this toe, and this knee is inside this toe. So that means we're loaded lower half. Those things are nice. And let's jump to position 4. Okay. And let's back up a couple frames just see where we're at. Now, one of the things that you do that I particularly don't like, and I think that's going to hinder you a little bit here, is when we move forward with this front side, I want you to kind of watch how this front side just kind of swings out and around down the ball line, and it straightens out, and you're overstriding tremendously. And you can kind of see Randy's front side, Johnson's front side, when it moves more down this line. So if I had a kind of a roller coaster type situation, it would kind of roll back that way. And that's kind of how, instead of out and around, I like it to be more linear in a straight line at the catcher. Okay, so let's kind of get a couple clicks forward and let's watch that front line. Now you can see how yours goes out and around, and see how Randy's front side on that line is very directional in a straight line right at the plate. Now when we get to this one, you can see how you got your toe up. That's a real problem. Okay, and see how this leg is already locked here. That's a real problem as well, because now when we strike that front foot strikes, you are what we call a heel striker. And what that means is like going 35 miles an hour down the road, and as soon as you're going pushing the grass, and you're slamming on the brakes right at the same time. So right here, all right. And the other thing is, it's kind of looking at this line. It looks like you cross your body a little bit, but you're striding out so far that heel is slamming down. It's like pushing the gas and the brakes all at the same time. And you can see Randy's foot, the whole foot is pretty much hitting the ground at the same time. Upper half was very good. You did a great job of keeping your front side closed, staying through the baseball. But our lower half, you could see as we start to move forward, your stride is so long that when we start to move you forward here, okay, we start to move forward, you can see that you never are allowed to get over that front side. Now, you can see Randy Johnson, he's way taller than you are, and I don't know if his stride may be as long as you are. And you can see even out here at the end of the mound, you can see how you have very little room left. And you're a tall guy, but you're not that tall. He's 6'11", okay? So what I would have you do is shorten your stride up, and you'll see in these next frame or two, when we start to move forward, how you never get over your front side. And this is where we're talking about. Upper half looks great, okay? But you can see how Randy's nose is almost over his toe, and you see how your nose is behind your toe, okay? And again, you're kind of across your body here, but I think by shortening that stride, it's going to allow your arm to quicken. And what happens here is you can see you never, at the last minute, you're getting on top of the baseball, but your elbow's the elbow's not at a bad place, but I think it's really more the lower half is our problem. You're overstriding and landing on that heel. So watch Randy's front leg right here. Boom, pops up, and you can see how you never get into that situation where that front side is, you're almost sitting down and behind your front side. So your entire body really never gets behind in front of this line. Now, see what I'm talking about? See the difference? And this is, and let me back up 2 more frames and let me show you. When he's going through release point, right there, you can kind of see there's a straight line right along that line with his body. And you see how that your back leg is having to slide up because your front leg went out too much, and now you're broken. See the difference? Where he's a little broken, but we draw that straight line, I think if we shorten that stride, it's going to allow you to quicken your arm and not be a heel striker on the front side. So not a huge adjustment. Front leg plain to the plate, straight to the leg, not swinging out and around, and thinking about shortening that stride a little bit. And I think what you're going to see is your arm's going to quicken quite a bit. Thanks, buddy.